Okay, so the other day, my Aunt Allison texted Peepaw saying that her iPhone was running out of battery, like in ridiculously fast. Like she would have 100% in the morning, and then an hour later it was at 70. She was hardly even doing anything. So, and I know this has been happening to other people, like my mom. Happens to me, happens to Peepaw, it happens to a lot of people. So we decided to just do some research and look up just what are some good tips on conserving your iPhone battery. And the ones that I knew of just before that I use, one of them was to reduce auto lock period to switch off backlight. And basically, all you have to do is just when you set your phone down and the screen is still on, it is just how long the screen stays on until it turns off. And so, I don't know if you have it on never 5 minutes. The best way to do is 1 to 2 minutes because that just drains your battery even more if it's still on like that. And all you have to do is go to settings, general auto lock, and then set it to 1 or 2 minutes. And one of them was kind of obvious is switch off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I know Bluetooth I usually keep off. I usually don't use it for very much. Wi-Fi is kind of inconvenient. I'm just kind of lazy to turn it off and on everywhere I go. But if you're that serious about it, it really does help. Also, regularly close unused or dormant apps, and all you have to do for that is just double click the home button, and then the apps you have recently used should appear, and you just swipe up, and it's like quitting Safari. It's not closing it; it's just quitting it, so it doesn't burn your data off. And also, one point I want to make on that thing to go with the dormant app tip: if you use an app a lot, like I don't know if you play Clash of Clans, check the weather, whatever you use, don't quit that every single time because that will actually burn more data because it uses up, or I'm not sorry, not data, battery, because it uses your battery to open it every single time, if it's quit. So if you use it all the time, then don't do it all the time because then it will just burn your battery even faster than actually just closing it. Now, if you don't use it, close it so it's not running the whole time. But if you use it all the time, then you might as well just keep it running. Another one is to reduce the screen brightness. This one's pretty common. I use it. I personally don't. I mean, like, you might think, oh my gosh, I have to have my screen bright. But honestly, after you use it for a while, you get really used to it. I don't even care anymore. I mean, like, some people say auto brightness is better. I disagree because if it's sunny outside, it's going to put it in your outside. It's going to put it on the highest brightness, and there's not that big of a difference between the highest and a little lower than that. So, just a tip. And the final one I have, which is probably everybody knows about this, is just buy an external battery. I mean, you can just find that at Apple or Amazon, wherever you want. And so I also found this website, and this was by Zach Whitaker, and he had some good tips that I did not know about at all. And the first one I got, and this would be block persistent callers from contacting you. And honestly, up until this point, I had no idea how to even block people, which I wish I would have known a long time ago. It actually, if they keep calling you, then it actually drains your battery every time it rings, even if you're not talking to them, which I did not know either. So all you have to do for that, he says go to settings and do all this stuff, but I just figured out about 2 minutes ago that if you just go to the contact, if you go to recent in your calls, if you go to recent calls, you just click on the little exclamation mark by the call and then scroll all the way down and it says block this person. And I haven't tried that for contacts, but I'm pretty sure you can do that in your contacts list too. Another one from him is turn off your parallax motion user interface. And when you exit out of an app, it kind of like everything flows back to the end, like it kind of zooms back out. And I can't really explain it to you, but go to your settings, general, accessibility, and reduce motion, and then flick the switch in the on position. And I honestly like it better because I feel like it like exits out quicker. And so yeah, I thought that was pretty good, and it saves battery, so it's kind of a win-win. Another one is disable Siri's raise to speak feature. Actually, I did not know this disabled battery too, but it does, and I actually hate it, so this is another good one. And it's basically where you just hold the phone up to your ear or something, and Siri automatically comes on. and I just kind of find that annoying. Okay, so another tip is to disable dynamic wallpapers, and that's the one as you see on the screen. It is just where it moves, the little things move in the background. It actually moves your apps if you tilt the phone or something like that. I did not know that, but all you do is just go to settings wallpaper and just use a still wallpaper. And the final tip from Zach Whitaker is to disable location related system services. And that's just basically that location services use, your phone knows where you are, is what that is, and it sends you popular ads that it thinks you like and all this stuff. And it's not that big of a deal. I mean, again, if you're like hardcore about this, then you might as well go for it. But to me, I did not really use this very often. So if all else fails and you just really want to like save your iPhone battery so badly, just go to an Apple store and ask them for tips. We personally already did that, and they said about everything I just said in this recording. And so yeah, I mean it's all pretty much there, but just buy, if you're that into it, just buy a extra battery and ask them again. They actually have like special technicians for that, I think.